Working. Okay. So the first thing is like dash. One more type is NAS. SAN. Okay. So where you put a data, it is like a storage types. Okay. What is this DAS? DAS means direct attached storage or directly attached storage. Direct attached storage. What is this direct attached storage? For example, you have a server or a computer. Okay. You have your own hard disk, right? So you have your motherboard is there, and you have a hard disk. So this hard disk, we call it as a direct attached storage. It means it is internal part of your PC only, or you're attaching to your PC directly. If you want to keep the data or you want to access the data, your PC must be alive. So if PC is running, then only you can keep a data here, or you can access the data, or you can copy the data into this disk. So this disk we call it as a DAS, direct attached storage. So physically attached to a server, easy to configure, inexpensive solution. Normal hard disk, without a hard disk, how you will put it? So normal hard disk only. What is the disadvantage? It is isolated because these are attached to a single server, less flexible for allocation. It means if if this server is down, or maybe this PC is down, you can't access this data. Understand? Anything, any disk, like a multiple disk you are attaching, but still it is called as a dash attaching only. It's a disk, either it is a normal hard disk or SSD or SCSI. We are attaching internally or attached to a PC. It means it is a dash only, directly attached storage. It is a very less complex. It is very simple to configure. No complexity is there. But problem it is depends upon your server only. Next one is NAS, network attached storage. What is this network attached storage? You will see NAS here. Okay, NAS storage that is attached to dedicated storage devices accessed through network sharing. Okay, it is also a semi enterprise like okay, small organizations and a specific services purpose we are using this one. NAS is a very less it is also compared to SAN less complex, but through network we are accessing the data. It means this is my machine server or a machine, whatever it is, a computer PC, and this is a storage bay. It contains different disks inside. Okay, so disks are attached into this a separate storage space. Normally we use iSCSI storage part. Okay, this is a storage, and this is also connected in a network. This is also connected in network. Okay, so this is contains an IP address. This contains an IP address also. Network, it contains some IP address, and we store some data in the disk like a files and folder wise only. But how to access? We are accessing our files like I want to access these files directly. I open my this data is stored in my computer. Data is stored in my computer, and I'm accessing directly from my computer like a dash. But if data stores in somewhere else, how to access? I will ask one simple question here. I have a computer I have another computer. Both are connected in the network. Both are connected in the network. In a first computer, for example, this is a C1 and this is a C2. C1 has some data in the C1 computer. There is a data is there, means there is a folder is there. C2 want to access this data. C2 want to access this data. So what we have to do, how to access or what to do to access data in the different computer. Yeah, question is correct. How to access?
We must give the permissions, sir, first of all.
Permissions, very good. Any other? You have to give access permission, read and write permissions before that one. Data is in different computer. All are connected in network.
We can ping, sir, from C2.
If you ping, you will get a ping reply only, not data. That is for checking network is connecting or not.
Take permissions, sir.
Which permissions?
Take permissions.
I didn't get it. Okay, need to check permissions. Okay. Yeah, right. Very good. Sharing permissions. Before you give permissions, what to do? What we are doing? So you have a folder in a C1. What to do? Right click on the folder, properties. Next. Huh?
To enable the permission.
Why you are one step? There is a one small step. I already have told Susis. Right click on the folder, properties. Which tab you are going?
Sharing.
Yeah, sharing. That's point. Point is sharing. Then you have to give sharing permissions, then security permissions, right? First you have to share the data and then give the sharing permission, which user can able to access the share and which user can able to read and write permissions. That is called security permissions. Got the point? So one PC have a data, another PC want to access. You have to share the folder first of all and give the permission to access. Okay, good. So I'm removing this part. Understand sharing? Here also NAS works like a sharing only. But here it is, I created a folder here, so I will put a different color otherwise. So I created a folder and I share the folder using file server. Using file server, I will I create a folder here and I share the folder, I give a permission. So other computers, those who are in a network, so they can access using a sharing method like a // IP address, folder name, user ID, password confirmation, so they can able to access the data. So they can keep the data and they can access the data. They sync the data also. So what is a NAS? Network attached storage. If you see this diagram, this is the file server. This is a NAS device. It's nothing but a storage bay, means it contains a disk and it contains network connection and basic interface kind of stuff. Through network we can able to access this data. We can keep the data and we can access the data from here, and we use a different protocol like a CAFS, NFS kind of stuff. Network attached storage, common internet file system. Okay, network attached storage. Yeah, common. So otherwise put it here. if you want with the spellings. Common Internet File System. Okay. CIFS. NFS. What is NFS? Network File System. Okay. So NAS is a network attached storage. Okay. Access data in share file system type. Share, using share, using sharing like that. It is a two protocols we are using. One is CIFS and NFS. And another point is here, it is file level storage. It is a file level storage. File level storage means like your shared folder is there, you keep a data in the shared folder. So that is a very simple shared file level storage only. Like there is a centralized, it is a centralized storage, of course. Centralized storage means anybody can put a data inside if they have a permissions, of course. So they can keep a data in the central system, so then other people can also access. For example, where is this paintbrush? For example, I put some data here, some project files I keep it. Okay, think like I put some project files, a particular project related profiles I put it. Now C1, C2 is means user of C1, C2 also working on same project. So they can access from here, okay, from their system. So they can access this data. They can copy their data, or they want to put some data inside. So they can able to put it. Okay. So like that, it is a common access thing. It means like it is a centralized storage. It stores data in the disk, but it can be accessed by people directly through the network. And it use CFS, NFS like protocols. Is a sharing protocols. Like we share the data, we create a folder and share the data, so anybody can able to access the data from it. And it is very useful in a mainly like shared folder kind of stuff. Centralized storage means like a files folders, we can able to store it. And if you have a web server kind of stuff, web server contains a lot of web data is there now. So you can put a web data here, and this is the web server, but web content data we can put it in a central server. FTP, I have a FTP server, lot of people uploading and downloading data, but I cannot put always in my local server, so I can store in a central server. Advantage of central server is we can able to create RAID labels, storage space related things. RAID level we can able to create it. Sharing permissions we can give. Okay. It stores in centrally, so then any server or maybe any client can able to access the data directly from the storage space. I told so many things with maybe some people got confused completely. Can I go again? Yeah, if someone is trying to ask question, I am continue. Can I go again? Can I remove and put a something? Okay, so I will give you one simple to understand, not understanding the directly. I need a NAS. Can we buy a NAS? Yes, we can buy from our Amazon or Flipkart also. Okay, this is our Amazon. See, this is a NAS device. You can see it is a NAS device. It's simple. It is look like a box only. Okay, and less cost is there, more cost also there. Depends upon your organization and use it. For your home purpose also you can use this NAS devices. Only thing is you have to check the features. Okay, so like this. This is a 14,000 and what you are getting is like it's a 4 terabyte network attached storage. It is a personal cloud. It means it is not a cloud it anyway. So can you see there is a USB port and DC in and network port is also there like this. Okay, it means like you can you see this picture is good. Look like it is a laptop and there is a mobile and camera they put it and NAS device is there. It means you can the video is also there. What it will be there? Yeah, is a second video. For example, I have a lot of data is there. I don't want to maintain that data in my PC. Or maybe I have a video files are there, audio files are there. I cannot put always in my mobile phone. Maybe I download so much of data and always I want to copy into separate place. It's very difficult always to keep in your PC or maybe in an external hard disk. So you can put it as centrally. If you put centrally, okay, if you put it centrally, this is a central device. You have a laptop, you have a desktop, you have a mobile phone or a tablet. Okay, so what you are doing is, for example, if it is direct wired connection or wireless connection, so what it is, you can keep the data into your central storage. So simply we create a folder and keep the data into that one. So you can upload the data and download the data and you can stream the data also. Possibility is there. Okay, you can upload the data. So you download some movie today. Okay, so you download a movie in your laptop, for example. Now you cannot share that from your laptop. So what you done? You keep it in your SAN device. You keep it in a SAN device, and from your tablet you want to access, or maybe from your other desktop you want to access. So then you can access from there to here. I will go again. I have a devices. Okay, I downloaded a movie or I downloaded an application or a game. Okay, I downloaded. Yeah, it is like a physical Dropbox. Dropbox is actually a sync between your remote cloud related kind of stuff. It is like a physical in your environment only, not it's something outside. In your environment, in your LAN connection only, in your LAN only. Okay, in your premises only. This storage is in your premises only. Very good. Okay, so you download it and you upload it into your SAN. You are uploading into your NAS. Sorry, into your NAS device. You are upload the file. Now you want to access from your desktop. You can access this file from your desktop. Maybe you want to access from your mobile phone. Maybe you downloaded something pictures in your tablet. Now you want to copy into NAS. You can copy once in the NAS. You can access from any device in the network. So that is the advantage of NAS. If you are having more money, so then you can happily purchase your own SAN device, NAS devices. SAN is very costly. Can you see these labels like status, disk 1, disk 2, disk 3, disk 4, disk 5? It means 5 days we can able to insert it. And if you see there is a USB and power button, maybe somewhere in a back side or left side or right side, you can see it is not displaying any other pictures, only one picture. Okay, so only one picture is there. Yeah, you can see there is a network ports also available. Okay, and there is a eSATA ports also available. DCI in and USB ports also there. Two fans are there. Okay, So you can connect through network. Some are wireless type is also available. Usually wireless is there. Okay, wired connections types also there. It is a very simple network attached storages. If you go details, if you go to the details part, so it's a one 4 terabyte single disk. Can you see this is a very big one? Okay, it is look like a big one. It is 4. We can able to put okay 4 GB DDR4 RAM is there, quad core processor, and 2.5 GB GBE gigabyte Ethernet ports are there. Okay, and it's a 4 ways are there, so you can remove the front one. So that the front one you can see that green LED kind of stuff. You can see that one. 4 things are there now. That is just like you have to press the button, open, so you will get the disk out. Okay, so I think this is a empty one. It is a empty one. Maybe you can insert a disk, and each NAS has a particular capacity is also there. And important one is it supports, some NAS supports the RAID levels. Some are support only RAID 0 and 1. Some are support RAID 5 also there. So you can verify in the details whether it is supporting RAID or not. This is enclosures only, not complete RAIDs. Okay. This is how many disks? It's a 2 disk one. Okay, disk 1, disk 2 only there. So status LAN disk 1, disk 2. I am searching for a RAID support. This is not written RAID related information. File server management, multimedia support, small RAM capacity. Last time I seen some of NAS devices, RAID supported NAS devices are there. So you have to verify whether it is support or not, like that. In description, you have to check it. This is high performance. Support SSDs. It is not about written particularly RAID kind of stuff. Okay, so LUNs, yeah, why you can create a volume for LUNs kind of stuff. It is given. LUNs it is given means you can create a separate volumes inside, but still you're not given that information. You can verify when you are a free time. Just go through this Amazon kind of stuff. Otherwise, you can verify with other websites also. It is okay. Okay, so here it is. This is the in NAS kind of stuff. In home NAS I told, but in general NAS again it is a centralized storage. So if you look at that pictures, so you can understand it contains a normal physical hard disk only, and it is attached to the network. This NAS box, the outer one, I said it is a box. This box, okay, this NAS box is a box contains itself as processor, RAM, and if you see the details of NAS boxes also you can see, right, 4 GB RAM, 2 GB RAM, like that. It contains a CPU, RAM, and disk bay connections, and NICs for network connections. Some are comes with Wi-Fi, USB ports also. Okay. Now, what is the thing? When you have an IP address, so then you can access. It contains some mini OSs also there. Inbuilt internal hardware contains a mini basic OS, means for an interface to client purpose. So what you can do, so then earlier days we are having a separate servers to maintain for home purpose. You don't have a file server kind of stuff. Okay, or maybe you can use a server for managing these days. The clients can access the data in the NAS, so they can put the data, they can access the data also. Okay, so this is the NAS. NAS use normal network Ethernet only. Okay, normal Ethernet only. It is a relatively inexpensive. Relatively inexpensive. You want a centralized storage, and you can't put a more money. Okay, so then you can choose NAS. That is the one point. Second one is it's a file level storage. If you want to store any files, directories, and all into the centralized storage, you can use it. And very useful for your like a web servers you are creating, file servers. Okay, like that. So you can able to put the data in that one. Disadvantage, slower access time because you are accessing through a regular Ethernet network and not an enterprise solution. If you are going with the enterprise level, so NAS that speed is not there, so a lot of data burden is increases, so it cannot able to handle that kind of stuff. But no difference between next one also, but it is one of the thing. Next one is a SAN. Next one is a SAN. What is SAN? SAN is also a centralized storage. SAN is also a centralized storage, but it is a block level storage. It is a block level storage. Okay. And we are accessing, so here at SAN access. Okay, CHO.
Sir, what SAN stands for, sir?
Yeah, I didn't tell SAN stands for. I will tell. Okay. Storage area network. Storage area network. Area network. Okay, so NAS use Ethernet. Ethernet means copper cables. Okay, first I have to tell SAN, right? First only I didn't tell. Here also I didn't tell, right? So very sorry. Storage area network. Yeah, I will tell block level storage. Just okay, storage area network, and it use the data transmission use mostly fiber channel. Fiber optical connections are there. So fiber optical connections are having a high data speed data transmission. So then obviously we use a fiber channels. Mainly in a server data, a lot of data is there, so compulsory we are putting. So point is, what is a block level storage? Yeah. So if you see this diagram, highly available, most flexible. This is a storage device. As I said earlier, there is a box with a disk are there, right? So same thing, storage devices only there. But here it is a switches, servers are connected. It is a redundancy, faster access. It is easy scalability thing, but problem is it is more expensive thing. Okay. Block level storage is important. So then, because when you are going to the cloud also, you should understand difference between S3 and other block level storage also. Okay, this is my example, my server or a client, anything you can take it. So this is this is my, I'll put a server. Server has a hard disk, right? Server has its own hard disk, operating system, and applications or basic files are stored in the internal hard disk only, right? That is a DAS. So every system has a DAS. If their own hard disk is there, primary hard disk, and maybe they want to add another hard disk like a secondary hard disk is there. Now what happened? Server also generating lot of data. Server also generating lot of data. Maybe it's a web server, or maybe a file server, or maybe some application related servers. So it contains a lot of data. So it wants to store the data in centrally, but not in own disk. It wants to store centrally, not in their self disk. So I need a central storages. So what is a centralized storage? Before NAS, I told
Basically, it is built by
what is centralized storage. I told NAS. Of course, is also a centralized storage. Both are centralized storages. NAS is a centralized storage. Now, what I am going to do is, if I want to store my data in the centralized storage like NAS, okay. So NAS is a file level storage. It means there is a folder and I can keep the files inside. So through network, so I have to connect here. So I will keep the data in this folder. It sync into this one. I have a folder, mounting folder. So right, I keep the data here, and this data will be go to this place. This is a centralized storage. This is also okay, but you need a more fastness, or maybe it is feel like you have a another hard disk, right? Like you are storing into your hard disk. It feel like you are storing into your hard disk. That feeling you want it, or maybe faster data synchronization is required, not like a NAS copying into a network folder like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, look at this one, guys. Look at here. NASA and so just NAS and iSCSI. There are three things are there. So this is my disk. Okay. This is also a disk bay only, not different one. It is also disk bay. Okay. And everything is connected in the network. Everything is connected in the network only. And of course, I have a separate management server is there for managing this storage. Okay, management of server. What I want to do is, server want 100 GB hard disk. It want 100 GB hard disk. I cannot connect 100 GB hard disk directly. Of course, if I can able to connect, okay, that is a different point. But my point is, I want 100 GB hard disk, disk space. Like I want as a disk line only. Like if you see here, it is. Okay, very simple. Go to yeah. Okay. So can you see disk 3? It is like it's a physical disk. Only it is a physical disk for this PC, but thing is, it is a disk, right? So I want a 100 GB disk. I want for a S1. So I will contact this administrator. What he will do, he'll create a 100 GB from their disk only. They have a 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, or 10 terabytes of disk are there in the box. Very simple. They'll create a 100 GB. Okay, they'll create a 100 GB disk, and they will give this 100 GB disk through the network to our server. Through network, they'll give you a disk, a disk, not folder. It's a disk, directly disk. So whenever you attach this disk, the disk will be attached to your PC as it is shows as a local disk. Like you have a disk 1, disk 2, disk 3, right? Those are I attach it to server directly. But here I am not attaching any disk. Sorry, I am not attaching disk to my server directly. My disk, I took a small portion of disk, 100 GB portion in the physical disk, and I give the server as a disk space like that. Again, I think if people are confused, we'll go step by step. So don't use more words. Okay. Completely confused or lightly confused? Totally damaged. Okay. This is my machine. I have my own hard disk. Okay. It is showing like my disk management. It is my hard disk. Okay. For example, my disk name is disk 0. I have a files, everything stored here only. Okay. Up to here. Okay. Normal system. Imagine you have a normal system and you have a disk. That's it. And you open the disk management, disk 0, it is showing. That's it. Not more than that one. Okay. So this is a storage management, storage administrator, for example. Okay. Here is a person is there, admin, a storage admin. And for my server, I request like I need a 100 GB hard disk. I need a 100 GB hard disk. Okay. Can you go and buy 100 GB hard disk? You have to go with a 1 terabyte or a 500 GB, like that. Existing hard disk you have to go, right? So two conditions. One is I need a space like a hard disk. Okay, I need a disk space. Disk I required. My requirement is the disk, and the size is 100 GB. Compulsory, not less than more. 100 GB disk space I required. I treat that one as a disk only, not as a folder or something. Understand? I need a disk, and the disk should be centralized. It should not be internal part of me. It is not dash. It should be a centralized, not directly attached to my server, but it should be a centralized. So even though my server is down, no problem. My storage is separately in the central machine. Got the point? Again, I'm telling a scenario. Listen carefully. If you understand scenario, then we find the solution. Okay. My server, I want to put some data. I want to put data in a disk. I want to put data in a disk, and data disk size must be 100 GB. For example, I need a 100 GB hard disk is required. But disk should not be attached to my server. It should be a centralized disk. So then if my server is down, no problem. Disk still has the data. Okay. So I cannot attach all the disk into my physical machine. So I need a disk space. That's it. A 100 GB disk space. I need it. That's it. Okay. I'm not asking folder. I'm asking a particular size disk space. Disk. I want it. No one is telling anything. Got headache, vomiting sensations? Any suicide attempts are there? They're listening, but no one is telling yes or no kind of stuff. That's why I'm getting doubt. Anybody try to jump from building? Don't worry, guys. Suicide time is not this one. I will tell you one topic. Definitely, you can stand on the your top floor and try to jump from there. That is a beautiful topic called ITIL. Okay, so understand this scenario. Okay, because it's like we never seen this thing. Obviously, you have to imagine
Sir, I didn't understand this, sir.
what it is.
I didn't understand this, sir.
Very good. That's why I'm waiting. Okay, because we cannot imagine this one. So, you never seen real time is not required. Okay, but really you are not with the servers and all. Obviously, you can't imagine how to understand this one. Okay, so imagination is also very less. Okay, so very simple. You have a server. Okay, this is your server. Okay, how many disk is there? So forget about that one. I have a disk. It contains a operating system and basic data. And I want a disk. Okay. Can you see disk management disk?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you see this disk, right?
Yes, sir.
So in this disk, I can create a partitions. I can put a data also. But I treating
Yes, sir.
this one as a disk only. This is a disk only, right? It's a physical disk. Like I connect a disk. Now I want a disk like that. I want a disk like that in my server. If I want a disk, then what I have to do? Buy a one more disk or get a one disk, open the server cabinet, insert the disk. Very simple, right? I want a disk,
Yes, sir.
so you have to connect a disk. That's it. First point completed. Okay, I want a disk, so I will use the disk as I want to make it as a E drive or a F drive, and I will put a data. What are the data I want to put a data in the disk? I will put it, right. So that is up to normal situation. Now the situation is changed. Meaning is the disk should not be attached to my physical server, not physically attached. The disk should be central, not physically attached. Not through network only it will attach, not physically. The disk won't be attached. Okay. So through network we are getting the disk. Normally we are attaching. We open the cabinet, attach a disk, you will get a disk. But the scenario is not physical attaching. Through network we are attaching this disk. How to attach a disk through the network? Okay, so I have a big storage space is there. For example, I have a disk space, total space. I'm talking about total space. Okay, for example, this disk space, take it as a 10 terabytes. I have a 10 terabyte of disk space is there centrally. 10 terabyte of disk space is there. What is this storage manager is doing? He'll create a 100 GB a simple disk, that is we called as a LUN, LUN, logical unit number. He create a disk space from logical, like a virtual hard disk. Okay, he created like a virtual hard disk. He'll create a small disk space from 10 terabyte. Okay, like a 100 GB disk space he created, and he will give this disk from there to here. So where is your disk? Original disk space is this one. In that one, I created a 100 GB LUN. 100 GB LUN I created. It's like a unit, a small number. Okay. Now, this is, I attach it to a server. So I told server, attach this disk to server. Now server has a disk now. Server has a disk, which is not physically attached. It came with through network only. It came through network only. So this is your storage device, you are storing the data in the disk and you are accessing a disk through network. So that is called a block level storage. What is a block level storage? You are accessing a block, not a folder or not a file. You are accessing direct block through the network. Got the point again? You are accessing a block. Block means a disk space. That is called a block level storage. If in case you are accessing data in a folder, like a shared folder, you're accessing a shared folder. This is a file level storage. Very simple formation. What is a file level storage? You're accessing a central storage in a file wise, like a shared folder wise you are accessing. That is called a file level storage. Block level storage is nothing but you are accessing a block. It means it is a disk you are accessing through the network. You are accessing a disk through the network. Okay, it is a block level storage. Fiber channel, it is costly and it is a enterprise solution. File level storage. What is a file level storage? You're accessing your data as shared folder or a shared folder or accessing data in a file wise. Actually, it is not a good word, put a shared folder kind of stuff. You're accessing a data as a file through the network. Okay, so also we can put otherwise. In file and folders. So that is file level storage. Like you're accessing means you're putting a data like that, like a shared folders type. Block level. So what is a block level storage? You're accessing a block. It means a disk through network. What is that meaning? You attach. What is that meaning? You're attaching a disk directly. You're attaching a disk. So you're accessing data from the disk. You're accessing data from disk. Okay, so we are attaching a disk and we are accessing the disk. As local disk. You are attaching a disk. Which disk is? It's in a central local disk and we access the data from the disk. That is a block level storage. Okay, SAN is use a block level storage. Okay, and SAN architecture is different. SAN, different applications we are using for managing the SAN. Okay, different applications. One is NetApp. Okay, NetApp is one of the SAN storage management related one. Okay, so NetApp is one of the SAN storage management. Hitachi is also SAN is there. Okay, Hitachi storage management applications are there. SAN applications like that. The free virtual SAN management is also there. Of course, from VMware is giving virtual SAN kind of stuff. Okay, VMware virtual SAN is there. Okay, so a lot of names are there in a SAN is like a HBA. Oh, host bus adapter. Sorry. Okay, host bus adapters. So these are for connecting from SAN storage to servers or servers to SAN storages. It is a fiber optical adapters. Normally LAN adapters are there, NIC cards. Similarly, but it is a fiber optical channels. It is a fiber optical channels from connecting a one system to another system, like that it is. See, fiber optical channels it is. Some are with a dual and some are single also there. Yeah, you can see this is a storage array. This is a virtual SQL, virtual host. This is the controllers. So through that one only we can able to attach, because normal PC don't have onboard fiber optical connections, right? Like that. SAN. So we'll go to the, so like this. This is a storage array, means these are all storages, and it is connected to their fiber optical switches, and it is connected to the host like this. These are fiber optical cables. Okay, it is connected to your SAN. SAN architecture is also a little bit complex compared to your DAS and NAS. SAN is a little bit complex. Okay, that is a emulator kind of stuff. This is a diagram. We can see storage area network, and here is a application servers. Client access from through network only, but servers are directly connected to the storages. Okay, so there is a lot of switches, connections. Okay, a lot of things are there. You can. So that in a data center, one of the important storage part is like I will tell very simple way. This is a normal normal servers. Either it is a web server, file server, or anything servers. To run this server, we need a internal operating system. So then we have a SSDs or internal disk are there to run the PC like that, right? So that is a server 1, server 2, for example. Okay, so here each server has their data, like maybe a web server data or maybe any data is there. So what it will do, it connects through an interface like a SAN interface, and there is a storage connectors, means disk are there, storage devices means hard disk are there here. Okay, so these are all store the data into this central in this data only using SAN controller. What SAN will do? This is a separate SAN. Again, sorry, maybe I missed maybe I mixed the things into something. Listen carefully once. Okay, this is for example storage bay. This is a SAN controller. Okay, using this SAN, what we are doing, we create a required storage blocks, and we attach these blocks to servers which is running. Okay, which is running the required as per the server. So we attach these blocks to server. So actually data stores here, data is stores here, and data is accessed from here. The SAN applications like a NetApp or any Hitachi or Cisco. Cisco name is, I forget the name. Cisco also having SAN related things. What is this SAN application will do? Creating a LANs and attach these LANs to a machines, servers. So the server can able to store the data as a local disk, but actually data stores in your physical location of the disk. Guys, okay or not okay or dead? Okay, last point I will go once again. There is a three major types of are there. DAS means directly attached storage. It means you have a server or a physical machine. It contains an hard disk. It is directly attached storage only. Either one hard disk or multiple hard disks internally are attached to a direct server. We call it as a DAS. Next one is central storages. What are the central storages? What are the central storages? NAS and SAN. Both are central storages. DAS is a local storage. Okay. Local storage means DAS. DAS is a local storage means internally connected. Central storage means NAS and SAN. NAS, network attached storage. SAN, storage area network. So this is your NAS and SAN. NAS is usually accessed through a common network, regular LAN network only. NAS is accessed through regular LAN network only. In a NAS, we use like a shared file system type using a different protocols. So one or two of protocols are NFS and CIFS. Okay, both are network sharing protocols only. It is a file level storage. NAS is a file level storage. And anyone can create a simple NAS, because if you have a machine and you share a folder from there, it is also called as a NAS storage only. So we control NAS access through a file server, and actually we can store the data in the centralized storage. So anybody can able to access the data with their respective permissions, share and security permissions. We can access the data. Okay. Next one is a SAN. SAN is a storage area network. Storage area network. It is a enterprise solutions. It is a centralized storage, and mainly SAN target is block level storage. SAN is a mainly concept of SAN is storage area network. It is like it maintains storage devices with a high availability access. And it is a faster. Why? Because of we are using a fiber channels, HBA, host bus controller. It is adapter, host bus adapter. So because of fiber channel, it is costly and as well as a very fast data transmission, mainly used in a servers, data centers, sandbox we are using. And what is this block level storage means? You take in a normal storage, in existing storage space, means like a 10 terabyte or 20 terabyte or 1 petabyte of very big disk. But what are the required sizes for a server or a machine or a device? So that required size only we create as a LAN. We create as a LAN means a small unit like a 100 GB, 200 GB or 1 terabyte. We take as a small space from the big disk space, big volume size. We take a normal volume size as a requirement, and we can assign to a device. So for example, I have a server and my server required 200 GB or 100 GB a disk space. What I will do, I will ask, I will take it from the SAN as a block level storage. I will get a block of disk block. I will get it. Simply, that is a better word to use. Disk block. I will get it and attach it to my PC. It's look like a local it's look like a local disk, but actually disk exists in the centrally. So that is the point. So there is I got two questions or more questions. Okay, the storage is done by software interface, right? Okay, SAN software. SAN is a kind of application. Is there different type of applications are there? So using that, we can able to manage our LUNs and assigning a LUNs. But total architecture is a hardware architecture, like host bus controller, switches, storage devices, all are hardwares only. But managing using a software means an application. And Tushar also asked one question: in the SAN, data is stored in disk in server. No part of physical disk. It is our PC is copyright occupied, right? Yeah. In our physical PC, it won't occupy. The data is occupied. You put a data in your disk. Data will be occupied in central storage space only, not in your physical space. Don't worry. There's more coming. Okay. Like you want to read about block level storage and file level storage, then yeah, here is some comparison scenarios. This is the block level storage and file level storage. So block level storage is high performing, often a SAN based. Present LUNs to servers means LUN means logical unit number. It's very simply say it is a number given to a block. It's a simply say, for example, I have a 1 petabyte of disk is there. I took 1 petabyte. Then I need a 2 terabyte of disk space from here. Okay, this is a total disk space. I want 2 terabyte of disk. So I create a 2 terabyte of disk space in 1 petabyte. Got the point? 1 petabyte of disk means it is a huge disk, right? And I created a 2 TB a LUN. I created a LUN means a block I created. And and there is some number is there. So okay, you lost audio in between, so no problem. I have a 1 petabyte of big disk space is there, free space. Okay, 1 petabyte of disk space is there, empty disk. In that one, I create a 2 terabyte of a block or maybe a LUN I created. So LUN I created. We avoid a lot of words, so simple words better. I created a LUN means a small unit. I created 2 terabyte LUN I created, and I assign this 2 terabyte to a machine. Okay, so for this machine, it is look like a local hard disk. For this machine, this 2 terabyte of disk is look like a local hard disk. But where is this 2 terabyte is located? If you keep a data, if you put a data in this one, where actual data stores, where I put some data in this one, where is this data stores actually? In the storage server means it stores here only, data stores here only. Okay, so that is how it is works, how blocks work. Yeah, in the LUN. So LUN is actually a number, but we can say this is a LUN means it's a block. It is a block. It contains a number. So through number we can able to share it, like assigning a number to them. So assign that number. It means it will access automatically. Not most cost effective. Okay. File level delivered via SAN, storage server or a file server. Use a CIFS, SMB, shared folders, or a SMB means server message block, it is belongs to Samba. Okay, NFS exports. And last one is always confused. This is a use block level storage on a storage backend. Use block level storage on a storage backend. It means, again, this is my 1 petabyte of disk space and I created 2 terabyte of LAN. It means block. I attach to a server as a hard disk, local hard disk. So I will change the color again. Okay, attach as a 2 terabytes data. For example, I created a shared folder in this one. In this 2 terabyte, I created a shared folder and I given access this shared folder to my client. So my client is put a data into the shared folder. Where it is stores actually? In this 2 terabyte disk only. In this 2 terabyte, where it is actually existing? Here only. So that is the meaning of this one. Backend, it can be a block level storage, but we are accessing through shared folder through network using a sharing. So that is this meaning. This is a comparison and scenario of use. DAS is a least complex and lowest setup cost. It means every PC has their own hard disk type. Best solution for specific situations, complementary to DAS and SAN. SAN is a centralized storage. NAS is also a centralized storage, but SAN is like a file access storage type, not a block storages kind of stuff. SAN highest performing and has most features. Like if you have a block level storage, you make that one as a SAN storage type only. Like you can access the data through network if it is shared folders are existing, then that one. And SAN is high performance, means using fiber optical channels and all. So high data transmission from your database data to servers. Last time, yesterday, someone is asked, can you give me a real-time example for something like that? Okay, so guys, understand this scenario. So then, okay, so I'm drawing here. Find it. Last time I used database server, right? I'm using same thing only. This is my DB server, database server. Server means it will give access, right? Lot of clients are there. Some are with no, Dropbox is Dropbox, SAN is SAN. SAN is a block storage. Dropbox you cannot attach as a disk, right? But SAN we can attach as a disk. Okay. Dropbox is something like a folder. If you put a data in that one, data will be synced to remotely. Okay. I have a number of clients. The clients are putting a data into, they're accessing my database server, and they are doing all this data, means they are creating tables, accessing the data and all. It is very difficult to maintain storage in my PC because it is maybe my database server is down. People cannot able to access the data, right? Got the point? If my database server is down, so you have a data in your storage, but your server is down, so you cannot able to access, right? None is. Got the point or not? I have a server. People are accessing the data from the server, a database server, a normal server. You're accessing a data stored in my local disk. Okay, data stored in my local disk. Server is down. Can you able to access the data? You can't able to access the data. Okay, then if for example your client came, I want data, you said server down, data safe in the disk, but my server is down, come back tomorrow, I'll connect it to another server so you can access your data. Can we tell like that? Okay, uh, next time when you are working, so tell your client, so currently server is not working, so come back tomorrow. Okay. Uh, here it is, for example, this is a server 1, server 2. Okay, clients are accessing. I have a lot of clients. Clients are connecting either server 1 or a server 2. What I'm doing is I put a data centrally. This is also in the network. Okay, either NAS or SAN. So first concentrate on central storage. Whether it is SAN or NAS, we'll see that one later. Okay, so server 1 and server 2 both are providing a services. Both are providing a services. Now people are accessing some are accessing from server 1, some are accessing from server 2, and I keep a data in central. I didn't keep data in server 1, I didn't keep a data in a server 2, I keep a data in a central. So a query came to my server 2, a query came to my server 2 for accessing particular data, particular report something. Server 2 connect with the central storage and get the information and forward the information to the client. Another client asks server 1, I want this particular information. So server 1 get information from central storage and take it and send the information to your client. Very simple, just like a database kind of stuff. Okay, you want a report. Last time in your group chat box, there is a lot of questions about SQL queries, right? Simple example I'm taking like that only. Okay, he queried something, data is stored in a central, he can take it and give it, he can take it, he can give it. Now thing is, original thing is there now, what is it? My server is down. Can I access data? My server is down. Can I access data? Okay, yes, no, both are there. Yes means how, no means why. Okay, server 1 still running. Okay, server 1 is still running. So what can able to do it? If one server is not down, no problem, access from the other server. And there is no difference of data. Important is no difference of data. Either you access from server 1 or server 2. Data difference is not there. My laptop is there, and for example, Tushar laptop is also there. My laptop data contents may different from Tushar laptop, right? So if you have a different servers, the internal data can be different. Okay, but here in this scenario, data is also the same. So whether you access data from server 1 or server 2. Why? Because we store everything in centrally. Both are data maintained one copy and accessed by two servers. Data is a one copy only, but accessed by two servers. If one server is down, still no problem. Other server still can able to give data. So that is the main importance of central storage. Central storage. Understand concept of central storage? Today is a Saturday, right? Very good. Very good. Good. Thank you for a response. I can show you a practical that is called, these are all, so many things are there. Guys, already I forward this PPT. If you don't have a time or just go through once PPT. Do not worry about what is the written. If you don't understand, still no problem. Still no problem. But the terminologies are always important. Guys, I never went to any big industry to see servers and all kind of stuff. But I can understand much better than Watan because I just go through those things and I see the words. When I got a chance to see in a different scenarios, like a cloud or anything, like SAN, I don't know SAN much. I never seen a physical SAN device. I've seen very distantly, but not actually touching wise. Virtually, I created my own SAN is there. I think I deleted that one. Actually, if you have a SAN, inside a SAN, you can create a NAS type also. It is the way you are accessing. There is no difference between SAN and NAS. It is the way you are accessing. In the SAN, you created instead of LANs, you create a folder and access. Okay. So when I see the cloud related and all, I can understand certain terminologies. It is like I know it. I can understand the terminologies like I know it. Somewhere I know something. I listen this one. For example, I given an example from your engineering background, something like your second year of engineering or a third year of engineering. If I give that example, you feel that I know something. Like okay, this is I know. So you never feel fear of the new wording and all. That's why I'm telling. Just go through it. You no need to understand, no need to buy hard or anything. But no one will ask you what is HBA until unless you speak like about it. So this is a one very good topic is iSCSI transmits iSCSI commands or IP network. This is a iSCSI topic. Already I told SCSI. SCSI means small computer system interface, and we can put a adapter in the server. So you have to take a server first of all. Okay, in the motherboard of server, insert a card, and we can connect devices internally and externally, and depends upon the card and the cables connection, we can attach multiple devices. That is a SCSI. But this is not SCSI, it is a iSCSI. iSCSI is also same thing, like a look like a NAS boxes only. Box means storage bay only. This is a iSCSI target server, and this is a my storage space. This is a storage space, and this is a my iSCSI target server. For example, I have a server, same block level storage. Understand, in a block level storage only, I have a server is running or a virtual machine is running. Anything, server, virtual machines are running. It need a disk space. It need a disk space. So I can take a disk space from the existing storage and assign a storage to this particular machine. So this machine will get automatically a storage space as a local space. Like explain my block level storage is same thing only. We can do practically, but since morning onwards, my server is not cooperating and it's a 5:30. Okay, guys. If possible, I will show this one. Otherwise, already I told I checked my whole video kind of stuff. Monday, if possible, I will show you iSCSI target. But now I want you to show you a Linux installation how to create a virtual machine and how to install a machine. It will take maximum 20 minutes is enough. Okay, you know already how to create a virtual machine. Okay, just relax for 2 minutes. Okay, just 2-3 minutes, relax. So I will show you Linux machine. Okay, so I'm going to stop this one first of all.